Now for the track guide. Guys, before starting, if you want to improve in this car at a quicker pace, check out my website. I've created a specific course about the Ferrari F296 GT3, where you'll find the secrets and subtleties on how you can get quicker and quicker. Now going into the track guide itself, for turn 1, this will be a really high speed corner. So I'm looking at this white line at this point, and we want to align our left tire to be almost brushing the grass, and when we meet this kink in the white line, the point where the white line starts going from straight to the right side, we will turn into the corner like this. We will be dropping the throttle and then picking back up again. We want to cut a lot, and this will be a theme on this track. You want to abuse these curves a lot because there's a lot of lap time to be found. So notice that we're cutting all the way to the grass on the right side, pushing the throttle once again, and it's fine if you arrive into this part of the track, because now we just keep it tight around this left-hander, and still it's gonna be okay like this. Now going into the next corner, 100-meter board here will be the reference for braking. You want to straighten up the car because, as you can see, this is a bit of an uncomfortable braking zone, so we're braking and turning towards the left so that we can open up the next corner as much as we can, like this. Obviously, when you will brake, you will then straighten your wheel, but initially when you're gonna brake and turn and then straighten your wheel. Make sure you're extracting everything out of the brakes in this way, and then in second gear you will once again notice this amount of steering angle at the apex, cutting a lot of it. At the moment that you feel the curve, then you will push the throttle aggressively like this, and you will turn again for this corner by just dropping the throttle. So quick hands and just a throttle drop from 100 to 0 is what you should be aiming for. And always in between these two corners, make sure you're hitting 100% throttle and then dropping from 100 to 0, because you will have more turning capability by shifting by shifting that weight from the back end to the front end, from 100 to 0, and then picking it back up again. For this corner, once again, a throttle drop. In third gear, cut a lot like this. You should be aiming to arrive on this green paint, and this is also a curb here on the left side. Now, looking at this green curb, go completely over it to open up the next corner. In this corner, try to get as close as you can on this curb and mount it like this. This will be key. Now you should be arriving on the right side, which is fine. We're gonna reposition in a minute, but now just downshifting to fourth and just holding a small brake pressure just to make the car point. So the whole purpose of this brake is not to slow down the car, but just to get more rotation. The point or the reference for braking here will be this darker part of the tarmac. When this begins, you're gonna be applying the brakes, slowly holding the brakes, but hold it up until you get to the next curb. Notice that we're not using more than 5% brake pressure, and then when you're at this curb, you're gonna smash the throttle once again in fourth gear, keep it pinned. You should be arriving in the center left, now bringing the car back on the right side so we can travel the shortest amount of distance. Then we're gonna go once again on the left side because we have a right-hander coming up. Now, in terms of turning for this corner, it's gonna be a bit difficult. What you can use is this white line on the tarmac. This one right here. This one. When this ends, you just want to turn like a few meters after it. Like right now we're committing to the turn and just doing the throttle drop like this. You don't want to brake for this corner. Just drop the throttle up until you feel the car start to bite the tarmac. Then push the throttle back once again. You should be all the way here on this curb like this. Notice that the middle of the car is in the beginning of the curb, so using everything up until the grass. Now repositioning again, keeping this left lane just to travel the shortest amount of distance. Now into this braking zone, the reference for braking here will be close to this orange part on the wall here. Look, this orange part where my mouse pointer is, this is going to be a reference for braking. You want to brake and turn mostly at the same time, so initially you're going to stay straight at the peak, but then you will turn more and more in third gear, cutting this part of the curb, and now you have to be quick with your hands because it's a right-left. So make sure you're reminding yourself to have quick hands in this section, because look, You're in third, you blimp the throttle, then you drop it again, and now you have a left, right once again. So you have to abuse these curbs, you have to use everything around it, and you also have to use your steering wheel in such a way that you're not turning too soft, because you really need to use the front tires. But if you will turn too quickly or too aggressively, you can go past the grip limit of the front tires, so that's something you might want to avoid. But as a rule of thumb, if you remind yourself to have quick hands in this section, you will gain time. Now, pushing the throttle on the exit, you have to modulate the throttle here so that you can use this space to the maximum of its ability. So make sure you're not keeping the throttle pinned, because it's likely that you will just go wide. So modulate the distance with your throttle so that you stay in between the track limits. And in short, that's a lap around here. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it. Once again, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out my website, check out my in-depth racing technique course or the specific course for the Ferrari 296 GT3. Thanks for watching and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.